The 2-2 to Stubbs. Another breaking ball. It's rolled to short. Harris is caught off second base between second and third. The throw back to the second baseman Valdez. Now to the third baseman Frias, and halfway between, Harris is tagged out. Or no, they're giving Harris the bag on some sort of interference, blocking the base pads. I think what's being called here is Dion Frias. Oh no, it's because of after the throw went to Yordis Valdez, the second baseman, and he started running to Trey Harris. Once Valdez threw the ball to the third baseman Frias, he got in Harris's way as Trey was trying to go back to second base, and the umpires called that obstruction. So Harris is to third. Stubbs is on first with the fielder's choice. First and third, nobody out. Cortland Lawson ready in the right-handed box.
Left-hander is ready. Throw to first. They got the runner picked off as Tenarowicz takes the throw. Now flipping down to Castillo. Got in the way of Tenarowicz. And now it looks like that interference is going to be called. And it's going to be against Tenarowicz, who got in the way of Castagnone. And Hatcher goes to second. And the Raiders continue to get break after break. And a rundown as the left-hand pitcher Grobe had the man picked off, and then Tenarowicz accidentally got in the way of Castagnone, and he is called for obstruction, and Hatcher is awarded second base on the interference.
Chance to catch the Goats anytime the next couple of weeks. Runner breaks for second base. That prompts Pintara to step off, and now Datras is frozen. The pitcher flips to Clifford at first base. Now the ball over to Young, the second baseman, and they're going to say that Kyle Datras is going to be awarded second base. Oh, wow. They're going to call interference on the defense, and Binghamton is not happy. Kyle Datras will be awarded second base on an interference play. How do they botch this rundown?
Oh, my goodness. Reed Brignac is going to go out and argue. Those watching it on MiLB.tv, leave it to Kyle Datras for getting out of the pickle. Now, I don't know why they didn't say Kyle ran out of the baseline. I think that's what they're arguing. That's what Clifford is arguing. He's saying that he ran out of the baseline, and Brignac is saying the same thing. I mean, Kyle's at second. Only Kyle Datras could get out of a pickle like that.
It's unbelievable. You're absolutely right. Only Kyle Datras could pull this off.
But I think that's what Reed Brignac is arguing, that he went out of the baseline. And I think he's got an argument, Jeff. I mean, Kyle danced onto the infield grass.
He went into the grass for sure.
Yeah, Brignac's not happy.
No.
And I think he's got a point. And he's talking with the third base umpire, Matt Blackborough. Yeah. Now, he's not happy. And I think the argument is going to be he stepped out of the baseline. I'll watch it again. And Clifford is running right at him. And what's Binghamton supposed to do? And that, you see Clifford arguing he's out of the baseline. But Binghamton loses that argument.
Hartfield trying to cash in. Ward now batting with a man in scoring position.
2-1. Ground ball up the middle. Looking what I found on the mound. Guante has it. He throws to third, and now they have Newell called to pickle. Throw back to the second baseman. Tags applied on the backside of the runner. There's an out. It goes. But Newell's going to stay on the bases right now. Did Meyerhofer not indicate that the out was made? We're getting a replay of it. Newell is staying on the bases. Oh, Meyerhofer took his eyes off the play.
Did he take the ball out of the glove before? Because I would need another look at it. That's the only explanation in that spot.
Meyerhofer, to me, when the third baseman Simpson ran, by the way, everyone is safe, first and third right now, nobody out. Meyerhofer saw Simpson run past the play after the ball was thrown to the second baseman, and his eyes followed Simpson, not the tag.
Wow.
So, I don't know what happened.
And by the way, you got to keep an eye on Boyd at first 14 of 21 on steal attempts this year, but last year he stole 56 bases on 74 attempts.
Tencio throws back to first. They catch Boyd in the rundown. They'll throw down to second. Try to see if they can tag him in some capacity. And he runs down, actually runs into the umpire.
He tripped right over the umpire. And they're going to award him second base. And here comes Mario Lison. And wow. I mean, well, how can you award a guy second base after you were in the base path? I mean,
that might be the weirdest thing I've ever seen, because
Mario Lison is rightfully so pretty fired up about this out of the dugout. Now, he's been ejected this year, and I don't think he'll go that far, but he has a right to be pretty ticked off. And talking now with Trey Ward, who is the bases umpire for tonight's contest. Just strange, because I mean, you see a guy being run down back and forth between first and second. You got to get out of the way. And I don't think Boyd ran out of the base path or anything like that.
Boyd's moved to second.
So that is a strange play, and the Blue Rocks would have had Boyd as a sitting duck. But instead, he's going to move up to second on a strange play.
Good to see Jeff Dooley in town, their fine, longtime broadcaster. 2-0 pitch, ground ball, shortstop. They come home. Now they run at the runner. Valdez will now throw back to third base, and they will tag him. To third base goes the other runner, and they're going to call, I think, the runner was out of the baseline, I would think.
Well, Bernabel.
Are they saying he was forced out of the baseline?
They're saying the runner Bernabel ran into Valdez, and they're saying that he should be awarded home plate.
Interference. Well, for those watching with us, maybe we'll see this again. If you are watching, there it is. Valdez goes right at the runner.
And once he threw the ball, then both he and Bernabel went to the infield side of the foul line, and they collided.
5 feet on the grass from the line that time toward the infield. He was not in the baseline when he ran in to Valdez. So Joe's saying if you're watching again, Valdez chasing the runner, goes back to Frias, and when they collide, if you're Valdez, you make your toss, you go to your right to circle behind the bag, and that's exactly what he did. And the runner wasn't even close to the baseline on the grass.
Yeah.
A fielder's choice. There's no outs on the play. It's a tie ball game now, and Datras wisely just ran to third base. That is one. Now they're going to put him back at second base. If that was a replay situation, I would think he would be out. He's out of the baseline by his own doing. No one forced him out of the baseline. I could be wrong.
It's a tough interpretation, but tough break for the Ducks. That's an out they have to have.
Well, he was well out of the baseline.